Hey, thanks for tuning in again to the classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. This week the movie is from 1940, His Girl Friday, starring Cary Grant, Rosalind Russell, Ralph Bellamy, directed by Howard Hawks. Now, the story of His Girl Friday, Cary Grant plays Walter Burns, top dog newspaper editor. His star reporter is Hildy Johnson, played by Rosalind Russell. Hildy and Walter were married. They are now divorced. And Hildy shows up to tell Walter that she's getting married to someone else and that she's quitting the newspaper game. She wants a family. She wants a quiet life. Walter is still in love with her. He does everything he can to split up the marriage and also keep Hildy on the newspaper. There's this other subplot about a convicted killer who is sentenced to be executed in the morning, and Hildy can do this interview, write an article, and save the doomed man's life. So this film is based on a play called The Front Page, which was filmed previously in 1931. Howard Hawks wanted to redo The Front Page, and it was his idea to use a woman as Hildy. Hildy in the play is actually played by a man. The big switch that Hawks did to create chemistry and create conflict was to have Hildy be a woman and have the relationship between her and Walter be the main sort of plot point in this film. And Hawks, one of the things that he wanted to do with this film too is sort of show that dialogue could be recorded on top of each other, that characters could speak as quickly as they do in real life, and that audiences would pay attention. There didn't have to be a big break between lines so that the audience could hear what the characters were saying. Now, His Girl Friday is not the first film to feature overlapping dialogue, but it's the earliest and sort of the best one. This movie, the characters talk so quickly. They're always just rapid-fire dialogue, one on top of the other. The jokes come fast and furious. The plot points come fast and furious. And as an audience member, you're almost out of breath just following this, but it works so well. And according to IMDb, the average movie has 90 words in a minute. This movie features 240 words per minute with everybody talking, the rapid fire, and the overlapping. One of the reasons why this movie is so funny is that these characters, the actors, they don't play it like it's a comedy. They play, the stakes are so high and everything is so life and death for them that it makes it hilarious because they're playing it so real. They're almost playing it like a drama, but the writing is so witty and they speed it up and it makes it hilarious. One thing I found as I was doing a little research on this is that Howard Hawks told his actors to ad-lib, to try to spice it up, make things funnier, see what they could come up with. And one of the best lines in the film is when Cary Grant is trying to get the character of Bruce, played by Ralph Bellamy, arrested, and he tells one of the other characters to go find him, and the woman says, "What does he look like?" And Grant says, "He looks like that actor from the movies, Ralph Bellamy." And it's a moment in the movie where he actually calls out the real actor's name, and it's this hilarious moment that was an ad-lib from Cary Grant. Hawks thought it was funny, so he left it in. And a couple of fun little things. Last week I talked about the movie Pinocchio. Well, this is the character Endicott in His Girl Friday. That is played by the actor Cliff Edwards. He provided the voice of Jiminy Cricket in Pinocchio. And towards the end of the movie, this character gets introduced. His name is Joe Pettibone. He's in 2 scenes. He steals these scenes. He's hilarious. That actor is Billy Gilbert. He provided the voice of Sneezy in Snow White, and he was also the voice of Willie the Giant in Mickey and the Beanstalk. So you got a couple of great classic Disney voices in this movie with Cliff Edwards and Billy Gilbert. So if you're a fan of romantic comedies, comedies of remarriage, the films about the newspaper world, fast-paced, speedy dialogue, check out His Girl Friday from 1940. It really is a great film. The performances are awesome, and it is this week's classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. Keep watching.